I think every season there'll be one manager's fine system that goes viral online. This season, I think we've all seen, well, at least I know I have Frank Lampard's system.
What is that?
He's very strict, basically. So if you're 5 minutes late, it's
I've seen that, yeah. I did see that.
I can't remember the exact figures, but it seems quite steep, but then you factor in how much they're earning, and it really isn't that steep. But during your time, how does it work? How do they collect the fines is what I want to know.
It's an individual thing. That, from what I remember, I mean, I've been at a couple of clubs, so the earliest fines, I'd be late, and we spoke about this before, so, you know, a couple of minutes late for a meeting, so I'd get fined. They'd collect it in a separate sort of collection, and it'd be distributed over the Christmas, I think, on the Christmas night out for the guys. So it'd go back to the players somehow, and it was just something that we used internally. This was at Aston Villa, to keep us disciplined, keep us in order. A bit of banter as well, because there were a lot of players that were, you know, getting their hand in the pocket quite a lot. Especially for the young players coming into the first team environment, they got stung quite a bit. Going on to Man City later on in my career, I think it was a similar process. I think it was amongst the players, if you got something wrong, then there was a fine, you pay it. At the end of the season, you're totally all up, and then the team would go out on an event or use that to enhance or boost that event somehow.
So is your skipper coming around and collecting the money? Is Gareth Southgate at Aston Villa coming around with a tin saying, okay, pay up £100 for being late? Or was it deducted from your wages?
Deducted from wages. I think later on it got deducted. I think if it was a disciplinary thing, that was separate. So I think there was possibly, if you got yellow cards or you got banned from games, I think there was something that got deducted automatically from your contract. So that was different. If it was internal, like the manager, you done something wrong, or you
playing with your phone.
Yeah, something like that. Then that would be, somebody would collect your money in, or you'd go and hand it in to whoever was assigned the role of collector.
Yeah, I think there was two areas. One was kind of the official one that was linked to your contract, which in your contract it says that you have to abide by certain rules and regulations. If you don't, then the club can fine you. Then there was the in-house stuff, which the lads did themselves. Start of the season, it's like peeing in the showers, for example, 50 quid, okay. that type of thing. Late for training, and the players would collect that at the end of each week quite often, and certainly a couple of the clubs at different times. There would almost be like a judge and a jury, and so this player's been late. It says here that we should fine him £100. Is there anybody here that thinks we should only fine him less, or do you think we should double it? And so there was always some banter, and then that money was collected in. And at the end of the season, yes, it was for the lads' party, or we would donate 50% to a local charity, and then spend the rest of it on a meal, taking the wives and girlfriends out. So
there's a Judge Judy thing going on. Can you contest? Let's just say,
I remember this because you've just sparked something on me. Yeah, it was literally, we had our set up, and this was at Manchester City, I believe, as a judge system. So you'd have the judge, you'd get to state your case, and then you'd have the jury, and then you'd go out and convene and talk about it for a while, and then you come back in with the verdict. Great banter for the lads. It was really funny, and it was worthwhile the fine just to be a part of that. So yeah, it can get really fun for the team, and it can sort of bring you together a bit. No one wants to pay any money, no matter what it is. The players would be moaning over 50 pence. They wouldn't want to pay. No way, they're not paying. But if they got told by the judge that it was payable, then they'd have to pay.
For both of you, who was usually the judge?
That varied. So for me, it varied. It wasn't somebody all of the time. It wasn't a skipper all of the time. Everybody got an opportunity to be the judge. And it was really funny when the young lads who had got into the group, they were assigned the role of the judge because they literally didn't want to upset anyone. And, it is a bit of banter. But as you said, there's two sides to it. There is an important one. There's a disciplinary one written in your contract where I think they've got the opportunity to fine you. They've got the right to fine you up to 2 weeks of your wages. Now, if you can imagine, to some players, it's a big amount of money.
Yeah.
When you factor in the amount that they've got to pay for tax as well.
Yeah. Give a shout out. Who was the fairest judge in your opinion? If you saw this person sitting up there in court as a judge, you think, okay, I'm in the shot here.
It's never fair, is it, if you're the one that has to pay? But the person who that there's no messing around with their decision is Gareth Southgate. Okay. Standard. There's this. Okay, I ain't got a chance because he said that what he says goes. But he was skipper at the time.
Yeah.
But all the other guys, if they're not skipper, then you can try and have a go at them and say, come on, give us a chance here.
Who was a pushover?
I
can imagine someone young.
God, why do I want to say Paul Merson?
Poor Merson.
Yeah, I think that's because he knew he'd be up there as well. He'd have to pay as well, so he'd want the favour returned at some point. So, yeah, we spoke about it the other day. There's a lot of characters at the time at Villa. So if it was anybody, it wasn't like that. Gary Charles, I remember him as. But no one sticks out, and you're asking me to dig into my memory files now. I can't remember that far.
Memory files. You're not a computer. Control Alt Delete.
I would say probably Gary Mabbott was the fairest and the most understanding during my time at Spurs, for sure.
I can see that, the way he talks as well.
Yeah, decent chap, really decent chap, but would still take the money, of course.